I've been in the room multiple times. Women's brunches where mimosas turn into truth serum. Girls' nights where the real opinions come out after the second bottle of wine. Group chats I got added to by accident and stayed quiet in. Anonymous women's support groups where they thought I was just another woman venting about her man. And what I heard? Men, you need to know this. Because what women say about you when you're not around is very, very different from what they say to your face. Some of this is going to sting. Some of it you already suspected. All of it is real. These aren't my opinions. These are direct quotes, common themes, and patterns I've witnessed dozens of times across different groups, different ages, different backgrounds. And if you're new here, subscribe now. Because I'm about to tell you things that most women will deny saying, even though I've heard them say it repeatedly. Hit that button. Here are the 5 things women say about you when you're not in the room. Number 1, you're appreciated, not desired. This comes up constantly, especially from women married 10+ years. They'll say things like, he's a good man, or he provides well, or he's stable and reliable. Notice what's missing. Desire, attraction, want. Here's the actual conversation I've heard multiple variations of. I appreciate everything he does. He works hard, he's good to the kids, he handles the bills, but I'm just not attracted to him anymore. I don't look at him and feel anything. Sex feels like another chore I have to check off the list. And her friends nod. They get it. Because half of them feel the same way about their husbands. You're the good guy, the stable guy, the responsible guy, but you're not the guy she fantasizes about. You're not the guy she initiates with. You're not the guy she's excited to see when you walk through the door. You're appreciated like a good appliance. Reliable, functional, boring. And when women talk about men they're actually attracted to, the energy completely changes. They light up. They laugh. They get animated. That guy from the gym who smiled at her, that coworker who flirts a little, the ex-boyfriend who got away. Those conversations have energy. You get appreciation. Which sounds nice until you realize appreciation is what you give your accountant, not your lover. Which leads directly to what they say about sex. And this is where it gets brutal. Number 2, the sexual honesty no man wants to hear. Women are shockingly explicit when men aren't around. And what they say about bedroom performance would devastate most guys. He finishes in 5 minutes and then rolls over and falls asleep. I haven't had an orgasm with him in months. I fake it every time because it's easier than trying to tell him what actually works. He does the same thing every single time. Same position, same routine, same predictable ending. I'm bored out of my mind. I give him sex to keep him happy. It's maintenance, like changing the oil in the car. He thinks he's good in bed because I've never told him otherwise. But honestly, my vibrator does a better job and takes less time. This is the conversation happening at brunch while you're at home thinking the sex life is fine because she hasn't complained. And here's what they say about effort. Because it's not just about performance, it's about trying. He stopped trying the second we got married. No more dates, no more romance, no more effort to make me feel wanted. He just expects me to be available whenever he wants it. He'll spend an hour watching porn but won't spend 10 minutes on foreplay. He doesn't even kiss me anymore unless he's trying to initiate sex. And then he's surprised when I'm not in the mood. The pattern is consistent. You stopped trying. You stopped making her feel desired. You stopped putting in effort, and now sex is obligation on her part and entitlement on yours. And when she's no longer attracted and sex becomes a chore, here's what happens next. Number 3, the financial calculations you don't know about. Women are running numbers constantly, they just don't tell you about it. I've sat in conversations where women casually discuss what they'd get in a divorce, not because they're planning to leave necessarily, but because they've thought about it. They know exactly what they're entitled to. If I left him, I'd get half the retirement. Probably the house because of the kids and alimony for at least 10 years since we've been married that long. I've been documenting everything. Every time he loses his temper, every time he makes a big purchase without telling me, every time he prioritizes work over the family. My lawyer friend says it all matters in custody. I've been putting money aside in an account he doesn't know about, just in case. My mom told me to always have an exit fund. I'm waiting until the kids are older. If I file now, I get less time with them. If I wait 3 more years, they'll be old enough to choose who they want to live with, and they'll choose me. This is strategic planning happening behind the scenes. While you're thinking everything is fine, she's already calculated what leaving would look like financially. And her friends, they're encouraging this. Smart girl. You need to protect yourself. Don't feel guilty. You deserve security. No one's telling her to work on the marriage. They're telling her to prepare for the exit. Which brings me to the 4th revelation, and this is the one that catches men completely off guard. Number 4, the exit planning starts way before you know there's a problem. By the time a woman tells you she's unhappy or thinking about leaving, she's been talking about it with her friends for months, maybe years. The conversations I've witnessed follow a pattern. Stage 1, she's venting. I'm so frustrated with him. He doesn't listen. He doesn't help. He doesn't appreciate anything I do. Her friends ask, have you talked to him about it? I've tried. He doesn't change, or he changes for a week and then goes right back. Stage 2, she's evaluating. I don't know if I can do this for the rest of my life. Is this really what I want? Her friends say, you deserve to be happy. Life's too short to be miserable. Stage 3, she's planning. I think I'm done. I just need to figure out the logistics. Her friends connect her with divorce attorneys, financial advisors, therapists who will validate her decision. They create the support system for her exit. And the whole time, you think everything is fine. Maybe you've noticed she's a bit distant, but you figure it's just stress or a phase. Meanwhile, she's already emotionally divorced you. She's already told 10 people she's leaving. She's already gotten legal advice and calculated the finances. By the time she sits you down for the talk, she's been gone for 6 months. You're just finding out now. And this is exactly why so many men are blindsided. Because the decision was made in rooms you were never in, with conversations you never heard. Now, if you're watching this and recognizing these patterns, subscribe to this channel, because I reveal the truth about relationships that nobody else will tell you honestly. Hit that subscribe button and share this with men who need to hear it. So those are 4 revelations. But the 5th one is the most important because it determines which category you're in. Number 5, you're either a keeper or for now, and you might be in the wrong category. Women categorize men, always have, always will. And the category you're in determines your future. Keeper means long-term potential, marriage material, father material, the guy she's proud to introduce to her family. For now means temporary, placeholder, the guy she's with until something better comes along. And here's what I've heard women say about men in the for now category while they're still dating them. He's fine for now, but I don't see a future with him. I'm not in love with him, but it's comfortable and I don't want to be alone. I'm with him because he treats me well, but there's no real spark. I'm basically settling. He's the safe choice, not the exciting choice. And the scary part? These women stay in relationships for years with men they've mentally categorized as for now. They move in together, they get engaged. Sometimes they even get married. Because comfortable beats being alone, and for now can last a long time. But what determines the category? Here's what women actually say. A keeper makes her feel desired, not just appreciated. He maintains attraction through effort, not just provision. He has boundaries, standards, a life outside of her. He doesn't need her, he chooses her. And that choice feels different. For now is the guy who's too available, too accommodating, too desperate to please. The guy who stopped pursuing the second he caught her. The guy who let himself go physically. The guy who became boring, predictable, safe in the worst way. And women will stay with for now guys for years while keeping their eyes open for an upgrade. Not actively cheating necessarily, just available if something better shows up. I've heard women say this explicitly. If someone better came along, I'd probably leave, but he's good enough for now. Good enough for now. That's the category you don't want to be in. So, how do you know which category you're in? Here's the test, and it's brutal. Does she initiate sex with you, or is it always you pursuing? Does she light up when you walk in the room or barely look up from her phone? Does she talk about future plans with you or keep things vague and short-term? Does she defend you to her friends or complain about you? If she's enthusiastic about you, protective of you, proud of you, you're probably a keeper. If she's lukewarm, non-committal, critical, you might be for now, and for now doesn't last forever. Now, here's what you do with this information. Because knowing what women say is only useful if you understand how to position yourself differently. The man women want but won't admit breaks down exactly what makes a man keeper material versus for now. What behaviors create desire versus appreciation. How to maintain attraction long-term instead of becoming the comfortable, boring husband. How to be the man she fantasizes about, not just the man she tolerates. Link is in the description and pinned in the comment section. Because here's the final truth. These conversations are happening whether you know about them or not. Right now, your wife, your girlfriend, your date from last week, they're talking to their friends. And what they're saying about you is either building you up or tearing you down. And you don't get to be in the room to defend yourself. You don't get to clarify or explain or correct the narrative. You just get the consequences of whatever story they've told. So your job isn't to try to control what they say. Your job is to be the kind of man they talk about positively. The kind of man they brag about, not complain about. The keeper, not the for now. And if you're already past the point of saving it, if she's already checked out emotionally, at least now you understand why. At least now you know it wasn't just in your head. The signs were there. The conversations were happening. You just weren't in the room to hear them. Subscribe to this channel if you want more insider truth like this. Hit that button and share this video with men who need to understand what's being said when they're not around. And drop a comment. Which of these hit closest to home? Have you suspected these conversations were happening? Tell me in the comments. I'm Avery Scott, and I'll see you on the next one.